an at-home workout program, something that you can do easily at home, something that's safe and effective, and something that's good for your, not just your physical fitness, but also your overall well-being. And I'm just going to tell a quick story about how I started. One of the first clients that I started working with Manful Yoga. So when I started Manful Yoga, I thought that the people that I'd be working with and that the way that I was, posting social media and what I was talking about, I thought that I was going to be working with people who were similar to me, people that were in their 20s who wanted to get ripped, and maybe people who just wanted to work out a little bit differently. And I was really surprised when the people that I was working with actually ended up being people mostly in their 40s, 50s, and even in their 60s. So one of the first guys I started working with, his name was Tom, and he's actually like my first success story. His name is Tom. He's based in Lubbock, Texas, and he had just gone to the doctor. I think at the time I want to say he's in his late 50s. He had just been to the doctor and he had received some, the results of his tests, and he was pretty worried about his health. At this point, he kind of realized, okay, I need to be way more proactive with my health and with my fitness if I want to be around longer to, watch my kids and watch my grandkids grow up. And so with him, the goal wasn't, and this is really what I've learned about people that I've worked with and what, kind of the mission is with Manful Yoga, but the goal isn't, to get ripped. Some people are after that, and that can happen, and, it does happen, but really the main goal is we want to work on your overall wellness and your physical fitness. So we want to make sure that you're able to do the things that you want to do, to be able to move well, to not worry about, to not dread your visits to the doctor because you're going to learn about something that, you don't want to have happen to you, because you're being more proactive, you're eating better, you're taking care of yourself, you're managing your stress, sleeping better, and you're spending time on your physical fitness. And so what kind of developed was, this turned into something that was way more than, just a program to get you ripped. And it turned into more of a program to just for overall wellness and well-being. And so the video I'm making today in this video is going to talk about how Manful Yoga can help, and how yoga in general can help you, or not all yoga, but how fitness-focused yoga can in general help to serve as an effective workout program for all fitness and well-being. So some of the problems when it comes to other types of fitness programs, and I'm not doing this to bash other fitness programs, I'm just saying that there are some problems when you are not adequately prepared for these other fitness programs. So some of the big problems that I hear about from people who have been unsuccessful with other workout programs are that they try to do the workout programs, or they follow the set programs and they follow the workouts, and they end up getting injured. And that's because they don't have the necessary core strength and the hip mobility and just a foundational level of fitness that has prepared them for more intense types of workouts. So when you've got Joe, who's, let's say, 45 years old, or maybe 50, and he realizes he needs to get into better shape, so he goes to a CrossFit gym or he goes to a boot camp, and he pushes through the workouts for a few weeks or maybe a couple months, but then he has to stop because he gets injured, right? He hurts his shoulder, his knees have gotten to the point where they're too painful to exercise. And the problem is because he hasn't spent the time on a foundational level of strength and mobility and body control. And if you don't have these strengths to begin with, you're at a really high risk of injury going into more traditional types of fitness, such as, again, like boot camps or weight training, or just following along to a program but not really having a lot of experience, or not having someone to kind of make sure that you're doing the form correctly. So that's one big problem, is that people just don't have, so even if you do have the motivation to go out and do your workouts, you don't have the necessary strength and mobility to do those exercise programs, to follow them and not get injured. Some other people who I work with are people who have kind of similar to what I just talked about, but they just have pain, or whenever they try something new, they get injured. And again, that just comes back to not having the proper strength and the proper mobility to engage in activities. So, if you want to just go out and start running and you haven't worked out in 10 years consistently, or you haven't ever ran before, 2 or 3 or 4, whatever times per week you want to do it, what happens is you end up getting injured. You end up getting to that point where you can't run without severe discomfort because, again, you just don't have that strength. You don't have that foundational level of strength yet. So like big problems that I'll work with and that I'll hear about are knee pain in particular, and that comes from a lack of hip strength and a lack of mobility in your hips and a lack of core strength. And that's something that happens to sit. So I'm sitting right now because I have my wisdom taken out, so I'm a little weaker than I usually am, so I'm not standing up right now. But anyways, whenever I'm working throughout the day, I have a stand-up desk. So I'm standing up during the day, and that's helping to keep my hips and my core healthy. But if you don't stand up during the day, if you sit at a desk, your hips are going to become weak and immobile, and your core strength is going to get worse, and your back's going to start hurting. And all of that leads to exercising in a way that puts more pressure on your knees, and that's why people have knee pain when they exercise. Some other problems are hip pain or back pain, and again, those are all kind of related to the issues I just discussed. Shoulder pain is a big one because people spend all day hunched over at a desk, and then they go to exercise, and this is the position that their body's used to being in, and they want to do pushing and they want to do overhead pressing, and with that poor posture, when you try to do those exercises, it results in pain or injury. So there's a big lack of shoulder mobility and a big lack of back strength that can cause shoulder issues. And then there's neck pain, there's mid-back pain, and this is all caused by poor posture, and it's caused by a lack of the just foundational training and the foundational exercises that you need to keep your spine, your core, and your hips and your shoulders healthy. So some other people who kind of fall into this category are people who are less experienced with fitness. So maybe, maybe you just haven't been doing a fitness program regularly, and you're concerned about getting injured, and you're looking for something that's safe and effective, and something that you won't get injured doing. And that's not to say that you definitely won't get injured doing this, but if you listen to the instructions and if you follow proper technique and you proceed according to how I recommend you proceed, or another yoga program. I can't speak for other yoga programs, so forget I said that. But if you proceed accordingly and you listen to the technique and you pay attention to what you're doing, there's a very low risk of you getting injured. And I would say way lower than any other type of fitness, than most other types of fitness. The cool thing about it is that you'll actually build strength, you'll build muscle, you'll build mobility, and you'll start feeling better within the first few days. And this is typically normal. People do feel better within the first few days of getting started. It's not something that takes months. It does take a minimum of a month, and a couple months and 3 months or so on to actually start noticing changes in terms of your appearance, in terms of losing weight and improving your physique. But you will notice changes immediately in how you move and how you feel. So you're going to move a lot better, you're going to feel a lot better throughout the day. A lot of other people who kind of gravitate toward these programs are people who aren't as motivated when it comes to fitness. So they want a program that they can expect to deliver results. They don't want to have to go to a gym. Maybe they have gym intimidation. Maybe they just don't want to work out in front of other people. Maybe they don't want to try something they don't know in front of other people. And so they want to do it at home. They want to do it in the convenience of home. And this is another group of people who like doing this. Like if you let's say your yoga studio is 15 minutes away, right? So you spend 15 minutes driving to the yoga studio, you do an hour yoga class, you spend 5 minutes chatting afterwards, and then you drive back home 15 minutes. That's an hour and a half commitment to one workout. With Manful Yoga or an online fitness-centric program, you can just spend 30 minutes. Most of our workouts are in the 30 to 35 range. We've got workouts that are 70 minutes and longer. We've also got some quick ones that are like 5 and 10 minutes, but most of our workouts are in the 30 to 35 minute range. And with those workouts, you can expect results, and actually results that are more significant than going to a full hour yoga class, just the way that we structure the classes and how we combine yoga with other types of bodyweight exercise. So, so there's that benefit of practicing on your own time, minimizing your drive time, and just convenience of home. And then another aspect is, and finally, and this is the last kind of aspect I've talked about, but people who are interested in a type of fitness that has mental benefits in addition to the physical benefits. So yoga is really unique in that it's been proven to lower your blood pressure. It helps with back pain. Sorry, that's physical, but it helps with improving your focus. Helps with reducing stress levels, and there are tons of benefits, tons of other non-physical benefits that accompany doing yoga on a regular basis. Better sleep is also another thing. Even better social relations, because you have more patience and you have better control over your breathing, so you're able to deal with stress better. You're able to deal more effectively with anxiety and other types of stress-related disorders. So there are a ton of mental benefits that go with practicing manful yoga as well. Again, and so these are kind of the people that, again, these are some common characteristics of people that do manful yoga, and people who have been successful with our programs in the past and seen results. And typical results, again, like I said, you will feel better within the first few workouts. We've had people who have lost 80 and 90 pounds. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, we've had people who have actually lost 80 or 90 pounds using our programs. This was over the course of a year, but we've got this guy, his name is Jesse, he lives in California. He was really big into, he was actually strongman. He did Highlander games, and he was big. He's tall too. He's like I want to say it's like 6'5", 6'6". But he does Highlander games, or he did Highlander games. He still does them, and he weighed. I want to say he weighed close to like 300 pounds. He was drinking a lot. He wasn't eating very healthily, and he started looking for a yoga program that would work for him, but he didn't find one that really worked well for him until he found manful yoga. Just because it's a more guy-friendly approach. You don't have to be as flexible. You don't have to know as much about yoga. It's designed as a totally beginner-friendly program. And over the course of the year, he started, improving his diet. He started to make more positive changes in his life. He used the yoga workouts, and he lost, again, 90 pounds over the course of a year. Last week, I just talked to the guy who lost 20 pounds over the course of, I want to say, 2 months of doing manful yoga in combination with some other stuff. So he's also running, and he was doing some boot camp style classes, but he said that manful yoga served as the foundation of his program. So this is a really good way for you to not only lose weight and improve your body composition, but also, again, to reap all those mental benefits and just improve your overall physical well-being. So yeah, and then in the way that we, and the reason why I'm talking about this right now is we've just put out what's called a path on the Manful Yoga website, and you can read all about it in the blog that I just published at manfulyoga.com/blog /home-yoga-program. But this is not just a program that you can, Kaya, wake up. Got a snoring dog. So this is not just a program, but actually a series of programs that you follow over the course of months and even years. So I'm not just giving you one program, I'm actually giving you multiple programs, giving you a progression of programs that you can easily follow, specific toward your goal of using yoga as an at-home fitness-focused program. And I can even give you a realistic expectation that you'll notice within 1 and 3 months. And I'm actually just going to read those off right now. Sorry, I'm reading this directly from the blog. I didn't memorize it. But in terms of people who are looking at yoga as an at-home fitness-focused yoga program or a workout program for just overall wellness and physical training, within 1 month of doing Man-Flow yoga, these are typical results. Greatly decreased overall physical discomfort or pain. So I work with a guy now who was on painkillers constantly, and he's gotten to the point where and he had chronic back pain, and now he's gotten to the point where not only is he off of his painkillers, but he also knows exactly how to treat himself. So when he starts having pain, he knows exactly the movements that he needs to do to fix how his back feels. Improved fluidity of movement, decreased stiffness, and kind of an overall improvement in physical feeling. So this is just, I define this as improved overall day-to-day movement, right? So being able to kind of twist from side, to sit down, to reach down to the ground and grab something, to squat down, to reach up, and that all just feels way better. And I think this is one of the coolest benefits of a fitness-centric yoga program. It's just feeling better on a day-to-day basis and being able to do what you enjoy and just move from day to day, move throughout the day and do what you need to do without discomfort or without pain. Improved joint and muscular health, as I mentioned. Yoga serves as yoga can serve. I can't speak for all yoga because not all yoga is fitness focused and not all yoga is as effective as other types of yoga. So I'm speaking specifically for Man-Flow yoga here. I can't speak for all yoga programs, but improved joint and muscular health, and that comes from, again, yoga as a foundational form of fitness, something that works on strengthening individual muscle groups, something that will be firing in typical exercise, especially your glutes and your abs and your upper back muscles. Improve, and also when you have more mobility, when you have joint pain, it's caused by weakness or tight muscles. So when you strengthen those muscles and when you improve the mobility of those muscles, the ability of those muscles is caused by, again, it's caused by poor muscular health. So when you work on your strength and you work on your ability in combination with that, that alleviates your joints. So your joints feel way better. So shoulders, your knees, again, lower back, your neck, ankles, hips, that will all feel better. And then improved body and postural awareness. So not all types of fitness help you develop body awareness. There are a lot of fitness that move too quickly, and they just don't take the time or the attention to focus on improving body awareness. And that's important because if you don't notice what's going on in your body, you can't change it. So there's a great phrase that says, in order to go fast, you need to own slow. And so owning slow movement allows you to effectively move quickly. But in order to move quickly, you need to get a solid foundation on slower movements first. So if I want to do an effective push-up really quickly, I need to develop the strength and control to do a very slow push-up with proper technique before going into a really fast push-up. And that's just one example. And then breath awareness is one other really important thing that you get from yoga that you're not going to get from other programs. And when you work on your breath, that allows you to manage your stress. It allows you to manage your anxiety. It helps you get better sleep. Even helps your cardiovascular ability. So there's a lot of aspects of fitness that aren't covered in other types of fitness that you're going to get with a yoga-centric program. And so what I just described, those are things that you can expect within the first month of doing at least 3 Man-Flow yoga workouts per week. So I think that's really cool, that it's not just improving your physique, it's also improving your overall wellness. And that's kind of why I bring this up in this presentation. So if you're listening to this now and this sounds like you or something you're interested in, head to that blog I described, manflowyoga.com/blog. The blog is called Home Yoga Program for Physical Training, and you can learn more about everything I just said and actually get it in bullet point form and really clearly written out. But this week only, we do open enrollments once every other month, and the reason why we do that is we close enrollments, so you actually can't sign up at other times typically, because it allows us to focus on content creation. So instead of spending our time, getting new people to sign up or marketing, we spend all that time creating content for people. So 7 or 8 weeks every 2 months. So we're spending, let me round up. So we're spending about 83% of our time, or let's say 4 out of 5 weeks of whatever. We're spending most of that time creating content for our customers instead of marketing that content. So it allows us to create a much better product. It allows us to serve the people who have invested in themselves in this program. And it means that we only do these open enrollment periods once a week. So if you're watching this now, this is a great time to sign up to get started with the program. You probably won't be able to sign up after this. You will not be able to sign up after this week if you're watching this video live or within a couple days after it's being published. So highly recommend you head over to manfulyoga.com now and start a 7-day trial. It's just $1 and get you access to all of our workouts, all of our programs, and those paths that I just discussed. So especially if you are looking for an at-home yoga program for physical fitness and overall well-being, this is an amazing way to get started. So and just because this is a live, I know some of you may have questions, and so let's look at some of the questions and I'll answer. Nothing? Cool. Let me see if I just missed anything.
Someone just actually said.
Okay.
Could you talk more about the difference of your yoga and other programs?
Yeah, so that's a great question.
With respect to the religious aspect.
Yeah, so Manful Yoga is an entirely fitness-focused type of yoga. So I know most yoga, actually every type of yoga that I've encountered except for Manful Yoga is a part fitness, part spiritual, and I would say mostly spiritual practice. And the reason why we do that is because I'm not interested in yoga for spiritual reasons. I'm interested in yoga because I think it's a really great form of foundational fitness. I think it can be, I think it serves as a really good foundation of fitness in terms of mobility and strength and core strength and balance that I can get from my other workouts. I played college lacrosse. I also played on the world level for lacrosse. And I did a lot of strength training, a lot of training as an athlete. And what I encountered in yoga classes were something that I wasn't getting from my other traditional workouts. But if I had been doing these types of exercises and tweaking them and modifying them to be a bit more fitness-centric, then I would have been able to prevent a lot of injuries that I experienced and also just perform at a higher level. So I do Manful Yoga now because I want people to have access to a fitness-centric yoga program that really works on active range of motion, so active mobility. That helps to develop more strength than a traditional yoga program. That helps to improve muscle activation. That focuses on slow, controlled movement, which leads to better body control and slower movement leads to better body control and more strength, as opposed to moving quickly without really a lot of attention to your technique. So Manful Yoga is very technique focused. The workouts have a specific fitness goal in mind, and I can't say that for other types of yoga. We also add a lot of bodyweight exercises and some things that you won't see in a typical yoga class. So, all right, cool. Well, guys, thanks for watching today. I hope you found this useful. And again, head to that blog that I just mentioned, manfulyoga.com/blog, to learn more about how Manful Yoga can serve as an at-home workout program to improve your physical fitness and your overall well-being. And if it is still the week of October 17th, sign up for the Manful Yoga members area. It's $1 to start a trial, and enrollment will be closing at the end of this week, so make sure you sign up before then. And that's it. See you guys on the next video. Actually, one more thing. Tomorrow, so if this didn't apply to you at all, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about how Manful Yoga can help to deepen your yoga practice. So if you're watching this now and you're a yogi and you like doing yoga, I'll talk about the people who in our community who are like you guys, who are yogis, consider themselves yogis, but they like Manful Yoga because it delves deeper into the physical practice of yoga. So how we work more on the technique, how we help you get better at yoga postures and improve your asana practice. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. So if you see that live notification pop up, make sure you watch it. And if you can't watch it live, then just head to the Manful Yoga blog tomorrow and you'll be able to see a post on that. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.